In continuation with voltage of a cell video, we are going to go for the next video, that is internal resistance of a cell given by small r. Now what is internal resistance of a cell? Okay, after a few days you will observe that if we have a dry cell, initially it gives me 1.5 volts. If every cell has a shelf life, okay, supposing I see the cell after 6 months and I see the voltage across the cell, or maybe after a year I didn't use it, I will observe that it might give me 1.3 volts or 1.4 volts. I will wonder that why I have not used it any time. Why is it still giving me some lesser voltage than what it should ideally give me? Okay, so that is because internally when the circuit is internally, there is chemical energy, okay, which gets converted into electrical energy. So there is some chemical reaction going on. This also creates some type of resistance inside the cell. Resistance is basically the obstacle for it to flow, for the ions to flow. So it is basically creating some resistance within the cell. That's why every cell has a shelf life. You have to use it when it's good, and fresh cells have to be bought. Okay. Now, so the resistance offered by the electrolyte inside the cell to the flow of current is called internal resistance of a cell. Okay, this is the definition given to you on page number 190. It is given in italics in between the paragraph of internal resistance of a cell. Please mark the definition. So basically what is internal resistance? It's the resistance offered to the current being drawn from the cell. So let us imagine that this is my circuit. Current is drawn means cell is not on its own. We have attached a circuit to it. This is my cell attached. Okay, and the current is flowing. So basically there will be some resistance when offered within the cell itself. Within the cell itself there will be a resistance before the current flows and goes outside. Initially also it has to face some resistance before the current is available in the circuit. Okay, that is what is my internal resistance R. Now there is a way in which we show it. That is, we show the external resistance to be capital R. Okay, if there are 2, 3, then R1, R2, R3, that I am going to teach in the next topic. This is my cell. Attached to it, I will draw another small resistance and name it as small r. That is the internal resistance of the cell. So actually speaking, though I am drawing it outside, it means together this is the cell. This dotted box is actually the cell. This is the cell plus the internal resistance of the cell. So this is my circuit. Now this is my current I flowing through it. Okay, and this is the voltage across the cell. Voltage across the cell. Voltage across the cell outside is always V. Okay, when it is not attached to the circuit, it is EMF of the cell. Okay, so this is basically the voltage across the cell. Now, so what is the total resistance being offered for the current? The total resistance offered for this current is internal also plus the external also. External also there is one resistance. Okay, so what is my total resistance? My total resistance is equal to capital R plus the small resistance small r. Okay, now let me write down current. Let me use Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? V is equal to IR. That is voltage is equal to current into resistance. So what is current? EMF, that is the total voltage available for the cell by the cell divided by the resistance of the cell. Now this one I can cross multiply. I will get okay. Now if I multiply I here with the terms inside the bracket, this is going to give me capital V, because it is the current flowing through the outside resistor. Current flowing through the outside resistor will give me potential difference. current flowing inside the resistance R will give me the potential drop. Okay, so basically we have drawn the same thing which we were drawing, the same with the work done upon the charges. The previous derivation is giving us the same answer. Okay, now in terms of resistors, if we do it, let us do it in terms of resistors. So R is equal to internal resistance is the voltage drop inside the cell, within the cell itself, divided by the current drawn. So as soon as I start drawing the current, there will be some resistance inside itself. So voltage is going to drop. I told you in previous video, 0.02 volts. Okay. So this is my thing. Now, what is my V? Small v. It is E minus capital V. This I have taken from this equation. Okay. Divided by I. Okay. Now, what is my I? I will take I from here. Let me write down I is equal to V by R. I will purposely take this because I want the equation to be in that manner. So I is equal to E minus V divided by V by R. Division of a division is multiplication, so R will go up. Divided by my V. Let me divide my V by both the terms. So this will give me E by V. V by V will give me 1. Outside the bracket it's R. Okay. So this is my formula for internal resistance of a cell. Okay. So basically there are factors on which internal resistance of a cell depends. First one is surface area of the electrodes. Electrode shape doesn't matter. Surface area matters. So surface area of the cell, larger the surface area, lesser will be the internal resistance. Next one is difference between the electrodes. More the difference between the two electrodes, distance between the two electrodes, more will be the internal resistance of the cell. The third one is the nature or concentration of the electrolyte. Like I am taking dilute. If I take little bit towards the concentrated. Okay. Now it is higher the concentration of the electrolyte, greater will be the internal resistance of the cell. So more the concentration, more the internal resistance. And last one is the temperature of the electrolyte. So more the temperature of the electrolyte, this time it is inversely proportional. Less will be the internal resistance. So if I want lesser resistance, I will have to increase the temperature. So the temperature of the cell is the temperature of the electrolyte is more. If I take a warm solution, then it will give me lesser internal resistance. So this is what is basically internal resistance. It is basically the obstacle or the obstacle or resistance offered before the current goes out and is provided to the circuit outside. Internally only, when the current starts drawing, it has to go through obstacles till it comes out and flows through another obstacle, that is the external resistance. Okay, you have this derivation, you have to learn this derivation.